believe the hype. Don't believe the hype show.
Every Thursday, fortnightly.
For news, views, reviews, and more.
Join host Valerie Kelso and guests from 6:30 p.m. Thursdays, fortnightly.
Don't believe the hype show. Don't believe the hype.
Good evening and welcome to the Don't Believe the Hype show. I'm Valerie Kelso and you can see I got this big grin on my face like a Cheshire cat, and that's because I got this wonderful woman of God sitting here right beside me. But before we get into the show, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about why we do this show. This show helps Purple Light Touch Foundation, and we cater to women and young girls recovering from domestic violence, abuse, sex trafficking, any life-altering situation, even cancer. We offer empowerment, prayer, mentoring, computer classes, t-shirt design. So if you're looking for a place to come in the day and you've got nowhere to go, why don't you come down to the Purple Light Touch Foundation, where you will meet a platoon of women who are sitting in here waiting for you, and let's have a little conversation. So without further ado, I'm so excited. I'm not kidding you people. I am so excited to have this woman. You don't know how long I've wanted to get this woman in here. I've been on her show several times, but all this background and everything is an inspiration from Dr. Marina, because when I saw her set up, I said, I want to be like this woman. And so I am so overwhelmed to have her on my show today. So Dr. Marina, tell the people a little bit about yourself and your name and your family and everything else. You see? That's what she ever makes me do when we see, we're always laughing. So
she's my therapy. Literally, she's my therapy. And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
I must say, don't believe the hype. And Purple Light Touch has been a huge blessing in my life, as I know I've been to yours. But as you can tell, the London accent, but I do live in Texas. I now live in Texas. It's been over 20-odd years. And I haven't lost my accent. I'm married this coming September, Valerie.
Okay.
Married 40 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
A long time. 3 young adults. And been in ministry the majority of that time with my husband. And then just, as I said to you, I'm multifaceted. There's so many facets to me. And so I'm hoping that you'll draw some of them out as we talk about me. But I've been here now over 20-odd years. And so I'm a singer-songwriter, keynote speaker, master coach. I had the Mega Women Show, which is also a Mega Women Conference, which was also a Mega Women Magazine.
Okay.
And then we have the Kosher Kitchen, because I want people to eat healthy. So we created spices.
So
yes.
you really are multifaceted,
Yes.
right? So I know that you write a lot because you've written several books, but today you've only brought one book with you.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell you her name. Her full name is Dr. Marina Mclean. And you can find her on all social media platforms. And a few weeks ago, she had a wonderful, wonderful conference. And I'm not kidding you, I was so blessed. Not just by the speakers, but all the people that came around, people who wanted to know so much about what you was offering.
Yeah.
So what made you put that conference on? Especially here in DFW, because you've never done it before.
I've never done it here. The first one that I did was 2018 in New York. God started me on this journey and pushed me straight out the box, New York. I've got a few contacts in New York, and so we launched it in New York. And then the next year, that was September of that year. And then the next year I said, Lord, I'll do 2. So I did 4.
Oh, wow. For what? The conference, yes. Or the Kosher Kitchen?
No, the Mega Women.
Okay.
So I started Mega Women in 2018. 2019, I did Atlanta, Las Vegas, New York, and at Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And the next year I did Atlanta, and then COVID hit, so we didn't do anything in 2020. We did it virtually at the end.
Okay.
So for the past 2 years, it's been virtual. And then Austin was the big one here in Texas. But this was my first one in Dallas. So I wanted it to be that little bit special. But usually Mega Women, our theme, as you know, is the hidden economy.
Okay.
And helping women to discover that they do have an economy. And those that are already entrepreneurs come and just get tools and information that just takes the trajectory of what they're doing to the next level. So you saw that.
So she's mentioned the Mega Women. Tell us a little bit about what the Mega Women do. I know you said it's a bit, but what is a Mega Women?
Mega Women is all about you finding that hidden economy. You finding not just purpose, but what your skill set is. And whatever that skill set is, I bring in people that do marketing and branding. 'Cause
Okay.
your why is your story. And everybody, when you talk about branding, wants to know your story. And so just for example, I've had ladies that have come that didn't know, well, they do hair, but we took it to the next level.
Okay.
We have women that came that started a restaurant business that took it to the next level. And so that's what we do. And then women that discover their full potential, meaning with the branding skills, they learn how to find their niche in the marketplace. Who are their customers? Who are their clients? And then really work that. And then the big thing that Mega Women does is that you are sitting with women of different spheres and you network together. You saw that.
I'm telling you, I was so amazed to see women from India, Florida, New York, Chicago, all over. I'm thinking, wow, they literally flew in for Marina's conference. And I'm not talking about one woman, I'm talking about one lady brought, I think, 15 people.
Yes, from Florida.
15, 20 people from Florida.
Yeah, and then another 15 from Austin.
You know what I mean? And the funny thing, not even the words, the funny thing about it, there weren't women, as you would say, of our colour. There was...
Yes, we're multicultural.
There was multicultural, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, wow,
Yeah.
where else do you go and get such a multicultural set of women who are following one person, that they would bring a tribe all the way from Florida to come into your conference?
Yeah, they do. Whenever we do a conference, they fly in. We just draw people. Because one of my phrases is, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. And God is pushing me at my comfort zone long time ago, not even years, decades ago. And so I tell people, it's my joy to pull you up. It's my joy to pull you out of your comfort zone. I get such joy when I see people that wouldn't normally do what they're doing now, because they restrict themselves. And then you get in this environment with women who are all not sure what to do or how to do it, but when we come together, we find the answers.
Do you think as well it's because we feel within ourselves that who's going to listen to us?
Yeah.
Am I good enough to go out there and talk to somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's taken me a long time to get out of my comfort zone. Speaking to this one here and Yvonne, right, they sort of got me out of my comfort zone. Even doing this show now, I'm more confident within myself.
Amen.
And when I first started doing the show,
I understand.
that now I can go and get some top people to come in. Not saying you're not top, don't get me wrong.
I understand.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I now feel I can go and approach people, because going to your conference and seeing what was amazing to me was when I had to place that crown on your daughter's head. That will always stick with me, because it made me get up close and personal to her. So I'll tell the people a little bit about the crown, what I'm telling you all about, because I've never seen it done before.
No, and it's amazing how that came about. Because I've been to conferences, some retreats actually, small retreats, where a lady crowned us, and she walked around because it's a small group crowned us. And then I've been to a conference where we did the I am, and we did that for 2 minutes, and it was like, there's no way my ladies are going to do this for 2 minutes. But we wanted to do something special, so Lady Wandered ordered the crowns, and how everything tied in. I knew that I wanted, because I do decrees every time I do a Mega Women praying. So I knew I wanted to do a decree, and I was going to take it from the May, because I already did the May prayer time. And the Lord said, no, do it fresh. Don't do it. And so I really wanted to be scriptural, and I really wanted so that women would walk away and would constantly repeat this over themselves. And then I wanted to make it extra special. I didn't know how it was going to take place on the night, but on the night, I just felt like the women need to say corporately and then crown each other. Because I knew when you took it out of the box, my visual that you took it immediately. You already do crown yourself.
Crown yourself.
I had that imagination. As soon
That's
as we took
right.
it out of the box.
Yeah, because
And
we
then-
did.
Because
'Cause-
they came in, they saw the box,
Yeah.
and I said, "Now just take the box and put it under your seat. We'll do that. There's a special presentation
Yeah.
at the end." And so capturing that, you all taking it out of the box, so they couldn't really see you all because I was standing up, right? But I got to see the pictures afterwards, and then hearing you all say, "I am crowned," repeating that after me was so. I can't tell you the feeling that I had, and then seeing you all crown each other. That was again one of the highlights of the conference.
And that was really good. And you know what we're talking about, right? And this is going to go into a segment of a kosher kitchen because I'm buying this set before she leaves out of here. I'm just letting you all know this is mine because I'm running low, especially on the all-purpose
Everybody
seasoning.
loves the all-purpose.
It really. I use both of them, to be honest with you. I use a poultry and I use an all-purpose seasoning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time I do a little bit of steak,
Yes.
it's on there, you know what I'm saying? So this is my box. She's going to give me this for my birthday.
It's a Korea thing. You have not because you asked not.
So you need to get these spices. I'm not just saying it because I use it and because she's my friend. These spices are, actually, you tell them about, you know what? No, I'm going to tell you about these
Yeah, go
spices
ahead.
because I
You
use
used
it.
to. Come on, be my testimonial.
These spices are really, really good. If you look at some of the spices nowadays that are in the store, you'd be surprised to know what's in
The
it.
ingredients.
Not just the ingredients, the things that they're actually putting in the spices. These are all natural,
Yeah.
right? You're not going to see no little bugs or anything crawling up and down in these spices. I'm letting you know now, because you have to be mindful about what you're putting in your stomach. When you put something that's not meant to be in your stomach, you wonder why you get sick. That is why, because sometimes the spices have got things in there and we
Yeah.
don't know anything
Yeah.
about it. All these spices are natural, and that's why I use them on a regular basis. Actually, to tell you the truth, I cook a lot,
I do too.
and I'm always using
Yeah.
the spices. I do have some other ones that I get. My family brought me from England.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I mix this one and I mix some of the two.
Yes.
But you need to get these spices, especially if you like steaks. Here you are. I like my fish and other things. Here you are. I like a little bit of seasoning. Here you are.
Full flavor.
You need to buy these spices. Don't look at the cost. Look at what's going into your body, because the world that we're living in right now,
Absolutely.
it's not a good
Yeah.
world.
And one of the-
So
one of the-
you talking now, you can
Yeah.
take the box, but
So-
remember you're giving it back to me, okay?
So it's this one. It's the all-purpose, and one of the spices in there is marjoram. And marjoram, ladies, is really good for your menstrual cycle. It's really good for hypertension,
Yeah.
and really good for menopause.
Okay, so I need to buy 6 of those.
And then I think I can't remember which one. It might be this one that has the sage in it, and sage is really good also for water retention.
Okay, I didn't know
And
that.
it's a good diuretic. So what you're talking about at the night, the first time we're talking about the crowning,
Yes.
we did the kosher kitchen experience, which is the first time that we've done that. We've done it at our conference, our annual conference, but we just wanted to do something really special.
Yeah.
It's Dallas, right?
That food was nice.
So the food was
Yeah.
so good. And so I just took out different seasonings from each one of these and just directed to the women so that they know that it's all natural, it's all organic, and because it's kosher kitchen, it had to be certified by a priest.
Okay.
And so this is absolutely with the priestly seal on it too. So you need to get
So
this.
you need to get the, she's going to, Yvonne, Marina's going to have a link where you can go and buy a kosher kitchen. And if you want some, I will have some here. If you want me to leave some here, and I will make sure make sure that you get your money for it. So if anybody wants any,
Nice, thank you.
you can always leave it here and I'll have it up and whatnot. And
Nice, I will do.
you know what I'm saying?
We see each other, so I'll be back.
Yeah. So that's why So you're empowering women on a regular basis. I know she doesn't want me to put this on blast, but I'm going to put it on blast. Marina's also been helping out Purple Light Touch in a mega way. She's not just a mega woman. She has done so much for us here at the Purple Light Touch Foundation. And I just wanted to tell you thank you, because without you, some of the things that we're able to do here would not even be
Yeah, I
possible.
believe in you. I
You know
believe
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
mission. Yes, I believe in the
So
mission.
you empower women just like how I empower women.
Absolutely.
So talk to the audience and let them know about how you empower women, not just through the mega women, through everything that you do.
So there's so many, as I said, I'm so multifaceted. But the other thing that I do, I'm a master coach. And in my master coach, I do master classes. So my master coaching, I do one-on-one sessions, and then I do a master class. And the thing that I love about the one-on-one session is that I get you to fill out a questionnaire that helps me to locate where you're at, because I tailor it for you. My master class is generic. So, and the thing that people have loved is when I talk about core values, because
Yeah.
we don't realize how important core values are. It doesn't matter how small to how great you get. If you hold on to your core values,
That's
that will
right.
keep you focused, balanced, no matter how great you become or how weak you feel you started off with. That core balance is so important. And then we talk about balancing in the masterclass. Um, Family, friends, what are your priority? You'd be surprised. I'm talking to the wrong person. Let me pull that back. You won't be surprised that health and rest is the least thing on people's list.
I know.
You understand it because of what you
Yes.
do. It's the least thing on people's list, and that's another reason why um, I joined up with Valerie, and I'm also joined up with Sister to Sister. I do the 5K run, which you
Okay.
promised to do 1 year with me. I'm just saying, but that's another thing that I do, because I lost my mom to cancer, and I know how important, and she was a quick decline too, and I know how
Okay.
important it is. Health is a priority, and as you know, I'm talking to the choir here, usually it's the caretakers that get more sick than the actual person they're taking care of.
That's right.
Because again, they're the least in on their priority list. And so empowering women, I think we are at the age and at the stage that we need this younger generation because of the opportunity. We've seen how women are walking into positions that either are created for them because of diversity inclusion, or created for them because they have the skill set that they bring to advance the network that they're and the framework that they're in. And so it's so important that ladies, we have the character. One of the things I really believe in empowering women, you must have the character for the promotion that God is putting you in, because it's not just for you, it's to create space and to create that accountability that others who are coming up have you as a reference point
That's
and as
right.
a foundation for them to fully walk in all that. I want to say not all that, but the authority that is now in positions that we have in, to walk in that excellence of character and excellence of judgment.
That's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
And you've
So,
seen that with the women that we've been
yeah,
around. You know, we are now both moving in circles. This time last year, we would never thought we'd be in the
we.
circles that we're in right
That's
now.
right.
And they've welcomed us. And so you sometimes, I don't know about imposter syndrome. I have fear syndrome more than imposter syndrome, because I'm just like, why am I here? But I know it's because of the times and the seasons that we're in. God is opening
It's
up doors.
that's right.
And
It really and
and
truly
we've got
is.
to have the character to be able to walk in and function, not walk in and be scared, but walk in and function. Because you've seen this, Valerie. Sometimes we think we are waiting on people, and when we get into that environment, they've been
They
waiting
were
on,
been waiting on you.
us.
That's right.
Yeah.
So going into that, you are now a sought after speaker. You know what I mean? And so, how did you carry on with all the demands of everything else that you've got going on?
one of the things
Not just with you, because you also work with your
my
husband as
yeah.
well.
So one of the things I always say is, don't ever get me to teach on time management. And here I am having to. One of the things I work into my masterclass is time management, because time management is so important. And I say this because I'm boss lady, and so boss lady, your time isn't 9 to 5.
That's right.
Hello. Our time
That's
starts
right.
from 8 o'clock, when the first bing email comes through, or we pick up our phone to look at emails, to 11:30. I won't even tell you what time sometimes we talk. I'm not even saying that so that you're right. Say,
You know what I'm saying?
practice what you preach, right? But we do find balance, because one of my things is, my husband is an afternoon, mid-evening person. So I'm a morning person.
Okay.
So I do all that I need to do. And his schedule never includes me at first, but somehow I get weaved in. Right? So that's one interruption to my schedule. And then we're over as sort of leaders also as part of our ministry. And so they are weaved into my schedule. So how do I stay focused? I deal with one thing at a time. If I'm out of town, I don't deal with anything at home. I stay in that moment, because we travel a lot. So when I come back, it's full. I walk in and it's full admin mode, is what I call it. When I'm in conference, I call it conference mode, because I just stay present. And I think that's so important for people to understand. Stay present in what you're doing. And then for some of you, you have all this and children. And so when you're with your children, they will tell you, put your phone away, put your phone on silent, because they want your full attention. So that balance for me is now being wherever I am, being present, being fully focused, being fully intentional.
So let's get into your book, because you've also got the kosher, and she's also written a book, and she's also a singer.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your book first,
Yes,
because
the book will bring you to my singing.
yes,
You know,
as you can see, it says appetite for worship, so you can see what she likes, right? She likes cooking, and she likes filling her stomach with the word.
yeah, I like that.
So, so tell us a little bit about your book, because I know you've got more than one.
Yes, I brought this one because I've got this one that I collaborated with The Invitation, which is 52 women writing devotionals with their story, and it's a whole year's journal. And so I bought this one because this one was written by me, and it's the messages that I preach. Because one of the things, if you ever come to our conference, and we're having it this year in Dallas, November the 7th to the 9th. Again, you see part of my multifaceted, because I lead worship and I speak, and then the songs, usually if I'm not singing, leading that singing, the songs that the team is singing are songs that I've written. So you can find me on iTunes and all the platforms where music is. But I wrote this because from I've been a little girl in church to conference speaker and wife, music has been part of my passion, my preaching, my teaching. And so one of the things that after I wrote this book, people started bringing me to do worship conference.
Okay.
Because I grew up with hymns, so I explained the transition from hymns to songs to spiritual songs.
Okay.
And then I explained the spontaneity. Sometimes when people come to our conference, Valerie, they don't know, they'll stand and say, I don't know this song. And people beside them say, neither do we, because she's either written it prior or she's writing it on the spot. And so it's just bringing people into that atmosphere, I call it, of heaven. You've got to go to heaven, hear that sound to bring that sound in. And then once I do that, there's no person, even if they say, I don't really know how to worship, by the end of it, they're in full-fledged worship because of that presence that we create.
Well, you see, you said singing.
I know. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. I know, I do this to her all the time, it's okay.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. The Lord is going to accept my singing, whether it's joyful or not joyful, because I know, that's a highest key. And he loves me either way, because he's been with me, guiding me. I might not be able to sing, but he fills my belly, right? With joy, with laughter, with everything else. He didn't give me singing, he gave it to Marina. He gave me the gift of massage. He gives
Yes,
each and every one our
a
special gift,
unique gift,
and we have to tap into
and we
it.
complement each other.
You know what I
We
mean?
complement
So
each other.
when I massage Marina, she hits the notes,
Yes.
and I just bring it back down. But you know what I mean? There's so much things we could talk about
Yes,
all
I
evening
know.
because
Because there's the fun side to us that we have.
people don't see that
Yes,
side, because when
yes,
we start talking the Jamaican
yes.
and the British, because we're from England but we're from different
Parts of,
parts,
yeah.
so that's why my accent sounds a little bit different from
And then her
Marina's.
phrases are completely different to
Yes, because
mine.
we say baby, which is baby, and you say,
Baby.
you see what I'm saying? So you enjoy worship and you
Mm-hmm.
enjoy singing, and you said you've got things on iTunes and all different platforms.
Yeah.
What inspires you to write your own songs?
Really, it's the presence of God. And my husband's been a part of that because of the messages that he preached. Sometimes when in our early years, when I led worship, he would say, "No, that's not the sound. That's not the message that I'm really looking for." And so I had to. He cultivated that within me to write the songs to correspond with the revelation that he was bringing, or to correspond with the atmosphere that he
Okay.
was ready to create. And so now I can go to any, literally, and people have seen that with me. I can go to any church, any culture. Can you imagine me leading worship in a Mandarin speaking church?
No.
Yes, I've done that. In a Spanish speaking church? Yes, I've done that. In a church where it's English speaking, but they don't really. Okay, when we did Denver, Colorado, they were
Yeah.
into rock. I mean, rock and roll. From the transition that I came on, I did it in rock and roll and then took them into the presence. So that's the gift of worship that God's given me. Any environment, as long as they are seeking and desiring the presence of God, I can flow with it.
So I'm going to go back a little bit because you know you did the conference.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback did, because it was so,
Oh my
what
gosh.
feedback did you get back from that conference?
Women that have never, because the majority of the women there had never experienced mega women. So that was, and I love that. I call them green. Whenever I go into an audience that I don't know, they
Yeah.
say, always love me in green. And so for them, it was overwhelming because you've got people, especially the ladies that pitch their business for the first
Yeah.
time. So what they had to do, I sent them a form and they had to fill it out. I didn't know how many ladies would participate, but they sat together at a table with a lady who's already in business, and she is a financial marketer also. So she helps create budgets. And so they sat with her and explained their vision. And what the feedback, I got to see one of the young ladies, and it's the first time she'd created her bracelets to be sold, pitched it, now created an Instagram page, working on a website. And so these are the things that I love hearing about because I force, I don't, you might say that's so wrong. I force people, I provoke you to excellence.
And that was one of the most amazing things that I saw, because you had all of us on a different table,
Yeah.
and each one of us, more or less right there on the spot, had to write a business plan
Yes.
and a forecast of what they expect from their business
Yeah.
plan. And they just got up and talked like they'd already done this, and some of them hadn't even started a business
But
yet.
the lovely thing was that was so unique again about that, because I love doing things that are unique, was so you choose a business at the table, and then everybody at the table was your marketing plan, was your marketing strategist. And so, and then the person that did the marketing, that was the presenter, chose the business. And so, yeah, it was unique.
It was.
We've done it before with, previously, and again, a person that is marketing. And we just picked one person and to pitch her business, and then the marketing person gave them the strategy. So it's always, each one is unique. Each
Yes.
city is unique. And they say, yes, you're going to have business in Dallas, but we're working right now to do it in other cities, again, in new cities, which is lovely.
And that would be great, you know. I mean, a lot of people didn't come because they didn't know what to expect. I love the food, I ain't gonna lie to you. As much as I don't eat chicken and I didn't eat the chicken, you should have tasted those mashed potatoes. It felt
Yeah.
like I was eating meat
Yeah.
because it
Nice.
was so well seasoned and
Yeah.
everything, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, that's her
there.
boss. No, I'm not.
And that was use a seasoning.
About the mashed potatoes. Everybody.
Yeah, because the well season I like food when it's seasoned.
So again, the reason behind this was my husband and I had to change diets, right? You get to stage enough, you have to change diets.
Okay.
And so he is, because he's a Jamaican, he's a rice and peas and little vegetables and lots of meat. And one of the things that had to go was the rice and peas. So he had to eat more vegetables. And what I've discovered with my husband is if you give him things with flavor, he will eat it. Just like any kid, give them things
Yeah.
with flavor. So I kept coming up with different seasonings and different mixtures together. And so that's how I got it. My husband now eats Brussels sprouts.
Wow. Well,
Brussels- Can you imagine that with where I had to cook without oil? So it was broth, and the broth had to have flavor.
Yeah.
And if you just add everything that we do here at home, I add cayenne pepper or paprika or a Scotch bonnet. I'm just saying, for those of you that like things spicy. And once that kicks in, when the vegetables,
No.
yeah, he's happy.
No. No.
She's not a spicy.
No.
That's why they're not spicy.
No.
And for those of us that love our spice, you just add the spice to it.
I
So-
can't do the spicing.
you
I
can.
like to eat my food and
Yes,
and be comfortable
and then
eating my
digest rather
food.
than,
You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
goes down hot should not come out hot the other end. I'm sorry. No. I don't know where you get that from.
I know.
People, I'm not kidding you. That Scotch bonnet pepper, if you think that
Habanero.
habanero pepper is hot, you try one of the Jamaican Scotch bonnet
Just a little
pepper.
piece.
You don't even, I'm telling you, one time I put one in the pot
Oh.
and I forgot
Mm.
and I thought it was tomatoes.
Yeah. I know. I already know where you're going.
And
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. My mouth, my head, I felt like the whole of my body needed to go out in the.
It heals you if you have a cold.
That was so hot. I had to go outside. It was
Yeah.
so hot. So no, do not, if you do like something like that, but if you don't,
No, don't do it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Because remember how they used to pickle
Oh,
the peppers in the
Open
jar,
it-
and you
just
open
open
it
the
and
jar. Yeah.
and it hit you when you.
Yes, your eyes start watering, you start sneezing immediately.
And then just a little bit, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
my
But
dad
you,
was famous for that.
you know me. I don't even remember my mom and dad ever
Yeah, my dad was.
did anything like
Yeah.
that. You know,
That's why you don't like peppers. 'Cause,
probably.
yeah,
Well, there were so many of us. It's one, and mom never gave it to all of us to put us to bed. So, what have you got going forwards? What are your plans going forwards? And
So, next project. So,
yes,
So I have two projects, and I don't really want to confess one because I'm trying not to do that one. But my goal is more conferences. That's what I'm going to say.
yeah,
I'm going to put that in the atmosphere because that's really a goal I can achieve. I don't want to put the other one in the atmosphere
Okay.
because I hold myself accountable when I say it. But I know that doing conferences and getting that set up, right now I'm working towards that in another city.
okay,
And so hopefully we do that before the end of the year. And so that's my goal right now. And then we've got our conference coming up here in Dallas, our annual conference, our international conference, November the 7th to the 9th, which will be here in Dallas. So yeah, you'll find that on my social media coming up.
So if people wanted to stay in contact with you, how
Yeah.
what's your platform?
So the best way on all social media platforms is Dr. Marina Mclean. On my music platform, it's Marina Mclean. But once you go to any of my Instagram pages or my Facebook page, there is Linktree. And Linktree, once you click on that, everything about me will drop down.
Okay.
Even the I Cultivate, my masterclass that I do. Again,
Okay.
multifaceted. They'll be just like, this woman exhausts me. But that's for the glory of God.
All the time, all the time. So before we end this show, I want to ask you one last question.
Yes, my friend.
before I ask you the last question, is there anything that the audience need to know about you before we leave?
That I love Valerie, and I'm so thankful that I'm here on her show. And everything that I've said, there's more to me than that, but that's the highlight of who
There's,
I am.
trust me, there's a lot. I need not even I can keep up with it. Where are you this weekend? Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
oh, okay. So when I get the chance to meet up with Marina, I try my best to meet up with her,
yes, I do.
and you know what I mean. So,
She's my therapy.
and she's mine because she's always keeping me laughing, and I'm so glad for that. Because sometimes life can be,
Oh,
yes,
let's not say, but
yes.
yes.
You see how it.
That's friendship right there.
So, before we close, what does "Don't Believe the Hype" mean to you?
You know, we've talked about this before, and the hype is, everybody says speak your truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody's truth is truth because they tell you what they want you to know or what will get the phrases right now clickbait. But don't believe the hype. Get to know a person. Because when you really get to know a person, you see all the facets of them
Yeah.
and their ups and their downs. And then a phrase that I love, and I don't think I've said this to you before, is love people's humanity. Because with people's humanity, it's not hype, it's who they are. It's love unconditionally, but it's love knowing who they are. That phrase, when they show you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you don't believe the hype, you believe who they are. Good, the bad, the evil, the wickedness in them, the good in them, and hopefully your relationship and your friendship can stir them on the right path. But if it doesn't, don't believe the hype, you're able to walk away and be free.
Yes. And that's so true.
Mm,
It is because if you've got to know when to walk away.
absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
sometimes we stay in something way too long,
Way too long.
knowing that technically we
Yeah.
should have gone a long
Yeah.
time
We saw
ago.
the hype and
Yeah.
we didn't believe
That's
it.
right. That's a good one.
We saw the hype but we didn't believe it.
That's right. So you see what I'm saying? That's why you've got to believe the hype, right? Or don't believe the hype. It
Yeah.
just depends on whichever way you look at
Yes,
it, because
yes.
not everything that glitters is gold.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This is glittering, but it's not gold. But anyway, I just want to tell Dr. Marina, thank you for coming on to our show. I just love being around her, and I love being around Yvonne. We're going to have to do a show with all three English
Yes,
people with all our
with
different
captions.
accents. Yes. You know what I mean? So thank you all for tuning into our Don't Believe the Hype show. And I will see you again with another show real soon. Bye, and have a wonderful and blessed